forgetting what a miracle is? A miracle happens when God breaks his own law of nature and does what the law of nature says ought not be done. It's when he heals without medicine. The laws of nature say there ought to be chemicals in your body, but Jesus heals without them. You see, God is bigger than the hopeless that what we don't have is making us feel and point to the validity and security of our life. God is bigger than our situation, and we need to know that it does not matter what we don't have. It doesn't matter if our situation doesn't fit into the laws. He can break the law and create a miracle. And what we need to do is turn it over to him. God really desires only what is available. Just give me what you have, and I can take what you have and make it what you need. The little boy had 2 fish and a few barley loaves, but he took it, broke it, blessed it, and fed 5,000 with it. God can take your little and make it into much. You heard the song, little becomes much when you what? Place it in the master's hand. But what we've got to do is give it to him. I came to Jesus just as I was, weary, wounded, and sad. I found in him a resting place, and he has made me glad. Brothers and sisters, God can take your little and make it into much. As a matter of fact, I'm a miracle. Is there anybody else in here who can testify that you're a miracle? You shouldn't even be here right now. You shouldn't be in the place that you're in. You could be dead. You could be in the grave. You could be in the hospital. You could be locked in jail. Just because you're here, you are a miracle. Nobody but God got me out of jail. Nobody but God got me off crack. Nobody but God put the bottle down. Nobody but God got me a job. Let me raise that child by myself. Nobody but God helped me to be where I am right now. Well, Frida, I see the look on your face, so I guess I better close. Bless his name. Frida's my timekeeper. She'll tell me every week, you preach 45 minutes. That's just too long. Let me get out of here. Point number 3. You got to learn to say goodbye to what was before you can say hello to what can be. I think I'm preaching now. You got to learn how to say goodbye to what was before you can say hello to what can be. Don't get caught up in trying to analyze and wallow in what went down, that you don't open yourself up to the faith fact that what went down only went down to make room for what needs to come. I must be on a come up because I've been down so long. Brothers and sisters, if you've been down so long, that means the only direction for you to go now is to go up. 2010 was the down, but 2011 is the come up. Last month was the down, but next month was the come up. I'm coming up with the anointing. I'm coming up with deliverance. I'm coming up with a praise. I'm coming up with the victory. I'm coming up with my healing. I'm coming up in my right mind. I'm coming up with some joy. I'm coming up with some blessings. I'm coming up with some miracles. I'm coming up with a little more confidence. I'm coming up with a smile on my face. I'm coming up with a shout. Everything I'm supposed to have, I'm coming up with. This is the time of my come up. Look at your neighbor and say, this is the time of your come up. It's in the text. Notice that the head waiter says, normally you serve the best wine first, and then when people are a little tipsy, and really can't tell the taste, then you bring out the cheap wine. But you saved what? The best for last. Don't miss this. We can deduce from that comment that what they were using, though it was good, was not the best. It's obvious that they had been using, what they had been using was more settling. But the best didn't become available until what they had been using ran out and got out of the way. In order to experience what was better, Jesus had something better that he could give them, but they wouldn't know it or even experience it until they ran out of what they had. And so sometime we've got to run out before he shows up. We got to run out on other folks' advice. We got to run out of our own strength. If you run out to what you've been working with, don't you cry, because that's just the Lord making room to give you something better. And some of us aren't running out quick enough. We need to pick it up and take it out and just dump it out. Bless your name. We need to go home today and call some people and say, you're taking up too much room in my life. You're messing up my life. You're messing up my miracle. I need to dump you out. Bless his name, because God's got the best waiting for me. There's some things in our life we just need to get rid of. Bless his name, because he's got something better. Quit throwing a pity party, crying and complaining, because it's just a setup for God's blessing. Yes, it is. It's a setup. So what? He broke out with you. It's a setup. So what? She walked out on you. God's got something better. So what? That job didn't work out. God's got another job better than that job. And the faith thing to do is to get up, get on, and get over it. Trusting that what you lost is not even able to be compared to what God has in store for you. Bless his name, because he's able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all we can ask, think, or imagine. Lord, I need a refill. I'm running out of patience. I need a refill. I'm running out of joy. I need a refill. I'm running out of strength.